It's day 34 of the 1 year fast. As today is a non-fasting day, I decided to work out and do some weight-bearing exercise. I mentioned a few weeks back, my intention is to try to do aerobics during the fasting days, and then during non-fasting days, go ahead and try some weight-bearing exercises. Now I must confess, today, again, non-fasting day, so I had regular food today. I had a workout and I struggled. I struggled to lift relatively light weights. I guess we all have those days, don't we? So there's just one of those days I struggled, and hopefully I'll feel good tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So anyway, I broke my 72-hour fast last night. And as always, when I break my fast, I like to have a plant-based protein drink with spirulina. So I've shown this in the past. I do like to use spirulina pretty often. Absolutely protein-packed, algae-based, and it's really good. So I go for this particular brand. I find it really helpful. And then today I did actually have a highlight. So my aronia berry juice arrived, which is great. So I mentioned that I do like to drink aronia berries, or choke berries as they're called. And this is not advertising, I promise. So yep, I got my aronia berries. This will last me for about maybe a month, maybe a little bit longer. So again, aronia berries absolutely packed with polyphenols. They're more nutritious than even blueberries. They're super. They really are great. And you know, I actually love the taste. Some people struggle, they find it a bit too sour. I actually love it. It's kind of really full-bodied, almost like a wine, and it's delicious. Yeah. Which kind of led me to think earlier around the subject of alcohol and fasting. Now clearly the two aren't compatible. You wouldn't fast and drink alcohol. I certainly hope you wouldn't. But then there's maybe a wider question around that. You know, what is is there a topic based on if you are fasting, pre-fast, post-fast, what is the buffer for any alcohol consumption? Now personally, I don't drink alcohol. I haven't for many years. In fact, many decades. But I know many people do enjoy a good drink, and you know, hats off to them if it makes them happy. Of course, within moderation. But then, you know, obviously I had that thought in my mind, so I did add an extra web page to the oneyearfast.com, just kind of outlining the value of moderation, temperance around alcohol, particularly when it comes to fasting. Clearly, alcohol can make you dehydrated, impacts your liver, impacts your stomach. So it's not altogether a good thing to be doing, and certainly not a good thing to be doing around a fasting period. But as I say, I've kind of laid out some details on the oneyearfast.com. So this is a really late video. I did promise that I would make a video every day of the 1 year fast. And again, the 1 year fast is for me to fast for 3 days per week for 52 consecutive weeks. I'm just coming to the end of week 5, going into week 6. My fasting week goes from Sunday to Saturday. So yeah, you know, I'm thinking about next week. I'm probably going to separate the 3 days. This week I combine them into a 72-hour fast. I'm thinking for next week I'm probably going to have 3 24-hour fasts. Again, this is late. I did promise to make a video every day, so I'm making this one late in the evening. I'm going to keep it really short. Again, for that library of videos that really will help in terms of discerning any emotional, mental, psychological, spiritual indicators. And that's the purpose of these videos. So yeah, we got one in for day 34 of the 1 year fast. Again, chokeberries arrived. I'm not advertising, I promise. But I do love them. Aronia berries, or chokeberries as they're called. I believe that's the kind of vernacular But and I believe they were called chokeberries because when the Europeans first came to the northeast of the US, they tried the berries and they were choking on them because they didn't like the taste. I recommend anybody to try them. Tastes great. Okay, so that's going to be me for the night. Cheers. Thank you.